Hello and welcome to the Tuesday night 6:45 p.m. stream of Sleuths in Waterdeep on Adventure Highway. We are in season 2. We are on episode 6. My name is Blake Komar and I am the dungeon master for this stream. I'm very excited to introduce our players today. If we want to start up on my if you're watching this on a screen, they're on my right, and if you're listening to this on Spotify, it really doesn't matter. But she's cool. She matters. Sarah, tell us about
Do I?
yourself and your character.
Hi, my name is Sarah Massa, and I play Carlotta Tealeaf, also known as Carl. She's a halfling gunslinger who just randomly went in the trunk last episode, so we'll see what happens next.
Yeah, that puts you both in a precarious predicament. The name of this episode, by the way, is "We Split the Party." So
We really did.
Absolutely
We
split the party.
100% did.
yeah, totally went out with a bang and a poop. It was really big.
Disgusting.
It was terrible. It was disgusting.
It was terrible.
Shameful. It was shameful.
It was fatherless behavior.
Yeah, it was condemning
It sucks
behavior.
because he has my child with him.
What do you mean mine? It was always a group thing until right now. Now it's a mine?
Well, on that note, the greatly unappreciated for his efforts in parenting, apparently, Kyle, tell us about yourself and your character.
But as the doting father of broken naked eye, let me tell you, it is hard being so underappreciated consistently. But we give it our best shot every day.
I would say he's definitely underappreciated for his talents as a parent and for his investigative talents. I mean, he's found the bottom of a bottle many a times, even though no one ever asked. So, let's
Nothing
move.
but judgment here.
Next, underneath Sarah on the order, if you're watching, you would see Nick. Tell us about yourself and your character.
Hey everybody, my name is Nick. I play Steve Froman, human barbarian, kind of slap around average dad guy who's gone through a divorce now and is trying to work on himself, and he's starting to read law books because he feels like he's going to be the lawyer in the inevitable custody dispute between Brogan and Carl over their estranged children.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
Yeah, 100% that's happening.
Yeah, I can see that happening. Someone's got to be the legal. Someone's got to be at least a legal.
Brogan would absolutely hire Steve as legal counsel.
Yeah, I mean he looks great too. Steve is looking fantastic.
Steve is looking fantastic. His sponsorship with Blam, the Energy Ham, is
there were
is
a lot
going
of bad
well.
things.
And as we
Fraud.
all know, like 90% of being an attorney is having washboard abs. So,
yeah, 100%. Yes, and having
100% true statement.
and having adjustable hair, as Steve does.
It's where he keeps all his affidavits.
Yeah. And last but certainly not least, a voice of reason for the group, someone who will make up the rules as she goes along. Brittany, tell us about yourself and the character you play.
Hi everyone, I'm Brittany Redkema. I play the Battlesmith Artificer Zari, and she will most likely be the one writing the contract for this custody dispute and just let everyone else think it was their idea.
Yeah.
Because they all fools.
Yeah, gaslighting this group is really not hard to do.
No, it's not. I feel like it's low hanging fruit.
Yeah. It really is.
Really is low hanging fruit.
Honestly, you could just pick it up from the ground. It's not even low hanging. It's literally falling on the floor at this point.
It's fallen fruit.
All that makes it sound like is that you pick on us.
Yeah, hashtag ground apples.
Hashtag ground apples.
Team name. Hashtag ground apples.
Yeah. Hashtag ground apples. Hashtag ground crits. Hashtag someone. I think you dropped your crit. Anyway. I would like to thank all of our viewers, all of our people who have been interested in this, who watch us on YouTube, who check us out on Spotify. Thank you for all of that. Before we jump in, I'd also like to say thank you for those who have been patient about me posting on YouTube and on Spotify. I've been getting to it slightly late. Holidays and moving and life stuff, and no one wants to hear any excuses. So I'm just going to stop with excuses. But thank you for being understanding and awesome, as some of the VODs have been posted late. But they've been getting there. So check them out on YouTube and Spotify, even if you've already listened to what we do here. Anyway, back into the mix of this campaign. Our party had been broken out of jail after being locked up for misdemeanors that they may or may not have committed, may or may not have known they were committing, may or may not have been involved in, but inevitably got sprung from prison. And upon breaking out of jail, they found themselves taken in a whirlwind in this carriage that was flowing through the city of Waterdeep by a what was his name? Gosh, Jeffrey was the
Jeffrey
driver,
and Mr. Black.
and Mr.
Yeah,
Black
Jeffrey.
was the benefactor. And as you're racing through the city, he tried to set you up with a quick job to possibly get information for his organization, which you find out is something akin to the Thieves Guild, if not the Thieves Guild. And he said he takes you to a place where he takes you to the Double Dragon Gym to kidnap a Cyclops after basically killing everyone in the gym. And he cries because you killed everyone he loved. He starts to swing his club at you all, and you all run out of there. And as you run away, Mr. Black tells you that there was a lot more at stake than just this Cyclops, as all of a sudden, tears in the fabric of existence open up after our party gets into a dispute about how they feel about things. Some of them jump out of the moving cart. Some of them stay in the moving carriage as things go on. And all of a sudden, at the same time, both parties now split, one at a shop while shopping for health potions, the other group out on the road. Everyone gets stopped by Fomorians as they attack. And as they attack, we are in initiative order. At the top of the initiative, our parties where we have Carl was on Steve's shoulders, but I guess dropped down off of Steve's shoulders.
Yeah.
And then we had Zari and Brogan at a health potions shop, in which a genie had been getting you all of your supplies that you needed. Carl, as this Fomorian is now face to face with Steve, as Steve had been using his axe of what was it?
The axe of the Fast and the Furious.
The axe of the Fast and the Furious. As he went through with the axe of the Fast and the Furious and started to dispatch with this Fomorian, just making damage, hemorrhage out of this thing. Carl, you're now standing behind him. What do you do?
So 2 episodes ago, I started my Suns Out, Guns Out, and technically it's the same day, so it still
same
goes.
day. Yep. It's a beautiful sky over the beach somewhere right now.
These episodes are starting to become Dragon Ball Z-esque the way they
They're going forever.
So Carl's gonna let out some shots at the, what is it called?
The Fomorian.
Fomorian. And I get an extra shot because of a bonus action from my Suns Out, Guns Out. So
because of the Suns Out, Guns Out. So as you start firing off rounds, the first shot goes off, and it's almost like it looks like it hit, but it just went wide.
Damn, it was for 13 piercing damage? That sucks.
I know, that was going to be for 13, and it just didn't do it. But the next one, the 20, hits. As the 20 hits, it does 7 piercing damage on the Fomorian. Do you want to drop any of your points?
Yes. I would like to do, let's see. I'm gonna do a forceful shot.
Awesome. Read that off for us.
When you make a firearm attack against a creature, you can expend 1 grip point to attempt to trip them up and force them back. On a hit, the creature suffers normal damage and must succeed on a strength saving throw or be pushed 15 feet away from you.
Awesome. So it needs to make a strength saving throw?
Yes.
Awesome. Now, it will be forced. It makes a strength. It gets an 11, getting pushed back 15 feet. which means, Steve, it is now pushed further back from you. You do not get an opportunity attack because it is forced movement. But at least there is a small buffer between this glistening Adonis of a man, Steve, and this wretched Fomorian that is like 7 or 8 feet tall, kind of like lumpy gray skin, yellow eyes that are just everywhere, kind of a thing.
Steve would like to ask that the DM address him as rock hard and dolphin smooth from now on.
Jesus Christ.
He's just built differently. That's what I've heard.
Rock hard and dolphin, just in general, don't go well together because dolphins are not rock hard. So that's
Listen,
what's making
one,
it
don't
work.
judge them. They need the blubber.
So does Steve.
It feels like there's a lot of dolphin hate going on right now. I'm not a fan.
It's Steve hate. He's
Carl
just bringing the
buys
dolphins in
specifically
so we-
not dolphin safe tuna.
Yeah.
Anytime she sees the dolphin safe logo, she puts it
I
in
just
there.
eat
Sponsored
dolphins.
Black Lamb. Honest, no dolphins in here. As we go over to the apothecary / magic shop / everything, where you had bought your health potions, and the camera pans over to Brogan and Zari, who are shopping, got healthy slightly, but then got a problem. Brogan, you're now the Fomorian. I think it had swung down at you the last turn.
I mean, yeah, I totally tried.
Yeah. So you are
Probably
up.
hit
You're
me.
on it right now. You are close. I don't think you have any more slots, right? Like no keys.
No. The health is good. The key points are gone.
All right, let's go for it. Let's see what's up.
So we're just gonna throw our two swings there with the two-handed quarterstaff of Here I Come, but we are gonna throw Hunter's Mark on first as
Awesome.
late for the action.
So that's your bonus action as you
Yeah.
Hunter's Mark.
Then we're gonna go quarterstaff attack 1, quarterstaff attack 2.
23 hits for 14 damage. Very nice. As you smack into this thing, what does it look like as you smack into it?
I'm so confused. Every time we turn around, we're getting attacked by stuff. The genie, everything that we ever talk to flirts with Zari, and I don't understand why. It's the weirdest thing in the world. But that's fine.
Arnold Palmer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Arnold, get out of here. And I bring the staff over my head and I'm like, go away.
And he looks over to you. I would if I could, but I'm kind of stuck here. You saw I tried to run out the door and poof, I'm standing right next to you now. This thing scares me.
And start attacking.
Zari, save me from this thing.
You know
It's
what? Start throwing out some potions.
It's
Maybe that will help.
literally a genie.
I'll start digging. And with that prompting, he will start digging through some boxes to see if there is a potion that might help. Zari, you are up.
Okay, I guess I'm now having to go to melee because I'm out of spell slots. I'll pull out my mace and swing.
A 24 with 7 bludgeoning, and then a 12 doesn't do it. Do you move to the other side of Brogan so you're flanking for
Yeah,
advantage?
I would have moved so he would have to decide on who to hit. Yeah.
Awesome. So
get
you do hit
flanking.
with that last. That's 17 damage altogether. What does it look like as you make contact with both?
You just see he's so big. You just see Zari going one, aiming at the arm, and then the second one she jumps up and nails him in the jaw.
And as it hits him in the jaw, you see it's like his jaw almost separates to the side slightly and then comes back to its place as spit flies out to the side. And you can see his tongue is hanging out kind of as his jaw almost isn't working. And he's heavy breathing. And raises his arm up.
Hold on.
Wait. Triple A?
10. Yeah, AAA going to be on the other side to have flanking with me with Brogan. So 15 plus 7.
That hits. It's a 14 AC.
All right, 1d8 plus what's my modifier? 1 plus what's my modifier? I think it's 3, so 4 force damage.
As this metal dog AAA is getting in there, and we almost forgot about AAA, and we should not, because he's a great dog.
He's the mascot.
We pan back to Steve and Carl. Steve, this thing looks at you. It just got pushed back 15 feet. It is slathered in oil after touching you last. And it tried to evil eye you before. It is now going to swing its great club at you.
Bring it on.
As it does a 14 to hit.
Yes.
As it does 3 damage as it completely slides off of your body as it hits.
Oh, nice.
Just greasing the path through.
So 3 damage cut in half because I'm raging.
That's 1 damage. As
1 damage.
whatever he had done before, this is clearly not. He's not doing good at this. Is what's happening. Like he is really not good at this.
I love it.
Steve, you are up. He's now closed the distance.
He has, but I'm no longer flanking him. I'm assuming he wouldn't step back into flanking position.
Awesome. So yeah, Carl on one side, you're on the other.
Oh, so did he step back into the flanked position?
Well, no, he just stepped. He was 15 feet away. So like, picture Carl was behind you. You were in front of Carl, and then there was the Fomorian, and he got shot backwards with the bullet.
Okay.
So now he just moved up to you. So like, you can move around the other side, and when Carl comes up, then there would be flanking if Carl did close the gap.
All right. Yeah, I'm not going to bother with that. I am, however. I'm gonna start to attack recklessly because Steve's gonna do Steve things.
Awesome.
So I'll have advantage anyway. And the first of 2 attacks, I'm gonna say, I don't think you're gonna make it home to your family, buddy. And the axe will start to glow. Oh, come on. I'm assuming a 12 doesn't hit.
A 12 does not hit, even with advantage.
And the second attack, that'll hit.
That'll hit. 10 damage. This one
plus
plus
1d8 for my family because he just was forced to watch the entire Fast and the Furious series in 7 seconds.
He was not prepared. He may have tried to enslave elves for thousands upon thousands of years, but he was ill-equipped for Fast and the Furious, all of it.
Especially number 2. Man, number 2 is a slog, even if it only takes 2 seconds to go by.
Oh my gosh, just watching the whole series all at once.
2 seconds too long.
Just the
no one's ready.
There's only so much jaw rule a single person can take.
That's just ludicrous.
So 18 damage.
I hated that joke. That was so offensive.
Steve does 18 damage total.
Love it. As you do 18 damage, this thing is it's below half health now, as it is just on a warpath. It's almost this gargantuan, like evil, kind of just emanating ooze and just disgust. It's from a place of somewhere wrong. The next Fomorian, we go back to the shop, where now it's going to have to choose odds or evens. Evens, it's going to be Brogan. Odds, it hits at odds is going to be okay. It hits at Zari. Zari, here comes a Fomorian. It is going to swing its great club.
Triple A's using his deflect attack, so it's going to be at disadvantage.
Disadvantage, a 13. Does that hit?
Misses.
As it misses, it almost did 9 damage, but almost is not a hit. As it swings right by you, you look and you see Arnold yells out, "Almost there! I promise, almost there! I think I have something. It's just at the bottom of the case. Why is it always at the bottom of the case?"
Great, Arnold.
Carl, you are up.
Okay. There's not much I can do aside from shoot. So I'll just keep it going with more shots.
Pew, 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 as they all start going off.
Okay, let's see.
14 hits, 17 hits, 18 hits. Wow, as you're doing 31 damage.
Damn.
Tell me what these shots look like as you're just firing them off.
The first one, like, clips him in the ear, and then the second one hits him right in the shoulder, and then the third one gets him right in the gut where the kidney is.
And of course, you hear him yell out the elven equivalent of "right in the kidney." Why the kidney? As he gets hit and takes a bunch of damage, you can see he is bleeding black ichor out the back as the bullet was a through and through. And it is just oozing out of his body.
Oh, and can I move so that next time Steve goes that he can have flanking?
Yeah, you can. All you need to do is move up 10 feet.
Yep,
You're good.
I'll do it.
Yeah, you can move, and you're just on the other side of it now. So very nice. Brogan back in the shop as this thing just swung at Zari.
Oh yeah, we're excited.
We're
We're excited. We're gonna rock both of these wondrous quarterstaff swings while he is still hunter's marked. And we're gonna go blap and blap. So
Awesome. A 16 will hit. The 10 will not. As you have Hunter's marked him, that is 12 damage on him. As that is awesome, and you guys have taken him close to half health now.
Oh, yay.
As the first one hits, the second one doesn't. You make a nice contact, crash as his jaw again. He's got a glass jaw now. The whole thing's just moving side to side as you're smacking it.
perfect.
Beautifully done. Zari,
Mace again.
as we are just beating these things, it has turned down to an old-fashioned beatdown as everyone is just smacking these because they have nothing left. That is 15 damage on the Fomorian, plus that hits with AAA.
And then the 8, 7 plus 3, so 10 force.
Minus another 10 damage as this thing is hurting, and you hear, well, you'll see it when we hit the top of the order, because you hear Arnold yell out, "I think I found something for you both."
Yeah, use it.
Soon, you'll have it just in a second. I promise. I just need to get it out from the bottom. I'm getting the last bottle now. Fomorian, this one is the one that is attacking at Steve, and now it's got Carl and Steve to attack at. Odds is Carl, evens is Steve. Carl, it turns around and is going to swing at you.
Okay.
As a great club flies around, it goes to hit you with a complete an 8, a nothing. It does a critical fail. It loses its great club. I'll say it literally goes to swing it,
Awesome.
hits the cart
He
and
just
drops.
swings it. It goes off in the distance.
It flies off to the side as the great club makes more noise than anything he even tries to do.
I
Steve,
flip him off.
you're up.
All right, Steve is gonna say, "Don't attack my family," and his axe is gonna light up as my last charge. So gonna make this count.
This is perfect because you've got like the undercarriage lights coming off your axe, and we've got Carl who's now wearing like the Jersey Shore garb. Like you two are made for each other.
we are made to be like a crime fighting team for sure, in a terrible
For
80s
family,
show.
that's why.
Well, Eugene, there's your new dad.
22 and 23.
Another uncle. He's my brother.
Both hit. That is 20 damage.
And plus 2d8 and plus 4 rage.
Wow. So that is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That is 31 damage. On this last hit, Steve, tell me how he dies.
So it's gonna have just like embarrassed itself in front of Carl and have kind of a like perplexed look, and Carl's just gonna see an axe come down through its head, like splitting its head kind of in two, and then it'll fall over. And there's Steve looking heroic as it like falls over. Steve's heroic without any pants on, all oiled up and slick, looking sharp.
What color tidy whities?
Like they used to be white. We're gonna say off white. They're off white now. Yeah, they're eggshell now.
Steve, you and me did the same amount of damage. We both did 31.
Yeah, boy.
That's awesome. That means as a DM, I've lined up these weapons pretty well. I'm like, I was worried. This Fomorian now, it's got Brogan in front of it. It's got Carl or Zari on the other side. Odds, Brogan, evens, Zari. Zari, it's hitting back at you. It keeps ignoring. Yeah, it keeps ignoring Brogan. As a 17 to hit.
Yeah, that hits, but at least it's not the crit.
For 9 damage. And as it does 9 damage, it swings, smacks into you, pushing you back slightly as you stand. It doesn't move you, but it pushes you, knocks the wind slightly out of you. As it does so, you hear Arnold yell, "I think I found something. It's like a mix between tea and lemonade. It's perfect for you." And he
Okay.
throws each Zari and
Over.
Brogan one. And he goes, "Drink this. You'll be bigger than
Alright.
ever." And as Carl, so we can say Brogan and Zari, these two bottles that look like the mix of iced tea and lemonade get thrown at you, both at you and Zari, and you catch them. And as you look at them before Carl goes, you're gonna be able to drink them on your turn. Um, uh, what do you have any expression or any thoughts per se as this happens?
I'm just kind of like bottoms up. Let's get it.
Awesome. Have not met a
Yeah.
drink that you dislike.
Exactly.
Zari's just like, God, I hope this doesn't kill me.
Awesome. And you will see exactly what this is in a second when your turn comes up as you drink them. Carl, you are up. This thing is down on the ground. You got Steve in front of you. We're back at the carriage, which is like a half mile away from where the shop is. Um, you see Mr. Black cowering inside. You see Jeffrey just sitting kind of frozen on the top of the carriage. What do you do?
I'm gonna turn to Steve and I'm gonna say, uh, should we go find them or should we go back with Mr. Black?
I feel like we should go. We came all this way. I mean, and to be fair, I understand that you didn't have a lot of choice in that decision. You were in the truck,
Yes, I was in the
Trunk.
truck.
the trunk rather. However, I am going to go listen to what this man has to say, to hear the speech from whatever ethereal person he's talking about that we haven't met yet. And so if you'd like to come along, I would support that decision. However, I would support your decision to start walking back to help our pooping in carriage friends, if you'd like to do that.
That was one of us.
You know what? I don't feel right leaving you by yourself with this. You know, they have each other. We can have our, each other. But I do not respect Mr. Black. I don't know. It's just a feeling. So I'm going to ignore him and look at the Cyclops's paperwork and stuff. And you could just tell me what he says later.
That sounds great. I'm in for that.
Okay.
It's weird. It's almost like I hear in the background me just telling Eugene Steve is your new dad. We have each other. We all have each other. I'm like, don't worry. You have Steve now. So
Oh
it's fine.
my god.
Fine. You have Steve.
As you down this potion saying "kill me now," hearing this conversation resonate in your head, you find out all of a sudden you are now one size larger, as this was an potion of enlarge.
Yes.
As you grow about, I would say 2 feet, 3 feet taller, Brogan, you realize all of your damage now that you're going to do is going to have an extra D4 added onto it.
Toit.
As you are a very big dragonborn.
Voice.
All right, so we'll take our 2 swings and hopefully we'll hit and we'll do our D4s because we are flanking. Here we go, advantage.
With advantage,
Hey,
24
2 hits.
and 24, fantastic, and you can roll an extra D4 on top of that.
Per attack.
That is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That is 21 plus 8. That
29.
is 29 damage.
Yeah.
Great hit. Very nice. And you hear Arnold yell, "Did it taste like tea or lemonade or both?"
It tasted like Tia made. It doesn't matter.
I'm thinking about branding it. We'll see.
I know what you're doing.
Sorry.
I don't like
we all
it.
do.
You are bigger than you were before. You are almost double your size. You get an extra D4 added onto your mace. You are a very big Zari now.
Yay! Yes. I am going to swing, and I'm huge, so I'm going to do it with both hands, even though that does nothing with a mace.
Awesome. That hits. You have advantage. That's roll me 2 more D4s. That's awesome. So we have 10 plus 6. That is
8 plus 7, that's AAA, sorry.
awesome.
11, 16 damage from mine.
Awesome. So you did 16 damage.
And triple A's would be a plus 7 to that, so 15.
Tell me how AAA takes out the Fomorian.
You see Zari just hit him in the head twice to force him down, and AAA comes up and bites him in the jugular.
As we are now out of initiative, as AAA, the metal dog, is now biting the jugular of this Fomorian as it's on the ground, just not letting go. You hear Arnold yell, "There's so much more of you, Zari! I think our friendship has grown with your size."
As unawkwardly as I possibly can, which is very awkwardly, I'm going to pick up Eugene, who I'm sure is now my stepson. And after I place him in my backpack, I am then going to walk outside the potion shop, sit myself on wherever the taxi space is or local bus stop, and wait quietly to go anywhere else but here.
Brogan's walking out, Zari.
Yeah. Before I go join him, I would like to take the Great Club and one of Frogian's eyes.
Ooh, very nice. So you can take the Fomorian's eye. The Great Club is a +1 Great Club.
Cool.
And the Fomorian's evil eye. Here it is. Let me see. Eye.
Oh,
This
that's
is a
an actual
compendium.
thing?
EYE.
I, comma, evil.
I didn't think that was an actual thing. Okay.
Well, it has an effect, a Fomorian's eye. So I'll just post what this is, and we'll actually parse it. So the evil eye. Let's see. So what it says is, the Fomorian magically forces a creature it can see within 60 feet to make a charisma saving throw. The creature takes 6d8 psychic damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one. So here's what we'll do. We'll turn this into a magic item. You can, I'm going to give you control over the Fomorian token so you can have access to copy pasting the Fomorian eye into your inventory. You can just copy paste it, make it a weapon. But yeah, you can use that once per day, essentially. Once per.
Ooh, make it into a necklace.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Nice little eyeball.
Or add it to your ring so you can just show them the ring and it gives them a mean look and makes them run away.
And that's what it's supposed to do anyway, so it's on brand.
Yeah, it's perfect. And as you take the Fomorian eye, and you see Arnold says, "No, Zari, don't leave yet. Where are you going? We just got acquainted.
I gotta go find my friends. They're about to get their brains eaten. Sorry.
Oh no. Oh, okay. You weren't talking about me. Never mind. Okay, I'll see you later. Come back anytime soon, especially if you want to help me clean up this mess." As he stares at a store in wreckage.
The audacity, help you clean up this mess. We get attacked. You know what? I was already halfway out the door. I'm done.
Broken just hears that and just walks back, sticks his head, and starts yelling.
Yeah, just like vividly upset. Worst customer service ever. We got attacked in your store, and you have the nerve.
Let's go.
You know what? It's fine. It's fine.
As you guys move out to the bus station or the carriage station or what can we say? It's like a carriage taxi. It basically just has horses in a carriage, but it's like donkeys in a carriage essentially on a signpost, and it just says taxi.
It's just a little bad, like a little worse.
Yeah. And you're waiting for the next one to come. We move up to Mr. Black, who peeks his head out and says, "Steve, Carl, is it all done?"
Yeah, I think so, as far as we know.
Fantastic. You had me and Jeffrey very scared.
Yeah, thanks for the help. We appreciate it.
Well, I'm an old man. I could not help. I am paid for my brains.
Well, Jeffrey with those ham cans absolutely could have helped. I don't know why he stayed in the
Yeah,
carriage.
he didn't do too much when we were in the gym either. He waved and then ran to get a health potion where he was minutes late, where we were already fine. So
Yes, he is definitely not capable.
it's his
That's why
hands; they slow him down.
he's more of a eye candy, if that's your flavor of candy.
I'm pretty sure it's everyone's flavor. You're welcome.
Yeah,
Jeffrey.
I am strictly attracted to women, but Jeffrey is very attractive
He
Yes,
does have
he-
ham
in an
cannons on the
aesthetic sort
bottom.
of way.
He is all man, I will say that. But not an all smart man, if you know what I mean, or a capable man. Or
Can I make an insight check to see if Mr. Black and Jeffrey are having an affair?
you could if you'd like, sure.
The way you said "oh man," it wasn't right.
I didn't like the way he said it.
Oh no, it was right. It's just
I
Tommy
mean,
M.
this
Hard.
"oh man" is indicating to something specifically. I mean, everyone has an ass, but let's see, insight check.
Yeah, but there's a difference between an ass and a capital A ass, and Jeffrey
Yeah,
has a capital
yeah.
A ass.
Jeff is
With a 12.
big boy ass. Everyone else is little boy ass.
With a 12,
Ass,
you tell me
ass,
what your
comma,
12 is.
dat ass.
Yeah, exactly. They call it the hammer time for a reason.
Yeah. You tell me what your 12 insight picks up.
You do a quick social media search and find that his ass has its own Instagram. You have more questions about Jeffrey.
I would have more questions. It looks like they're all like not selfies, so someone else has taken the pictures.
Like one of them is a sunset.
He's clearly got a crew.
Yeah.
I feel like Carl has a really good gaydar, so possibly.
Possibly. It's possible.
Possibly.
It's
The way
possible.
the guy said it.
No, the
It's
gay doesn't
possible.
have any good gaydar.
Possibly.
It's
Sorry,
possible.
you say Zari doesn't have any good gaydar?
No, I'm saying the gays should not have a good gaydar.
That
Ma'am.
is true. I myself am a pansexual and I am terrible.
Rogan doesn't even have good sundar, because I'm pretty sure Eugene is actually not his. It's Steve's.
No,
Whose
it's
kid
not.
is that?
Steve-
He doesn't even
No,
look
it's
like
not
you,
Steve's.
Brogan. No, I'm kidding.
That's what I'm saying.
You literally adopted
You should be
it.
telling
I
all the
watched.
women that you have to pay alimony to.
Where is
Yeah.
Sergeant Phil? He has my back. He understands me.
He's
Everyone else
chilling
here
on
is
the couch
against
watching
me.
TV. No
I'm
parents.
gonna ask-
totally
I'm
without
gonna
his
ask-
pants on, breaking rule 1
Ask
again.
Mr. Black if we can finally just get where we're going, so we can talk
We
to
can
whoever this person is.
100% get where we're going. The problem is we do need to turn around the direction we came. As you see, the road up ahead has been broken up as the Fomorian came out of the ground in the abyss it was born in. And it came to
can't go
attack
around?
us and stop us from our journey.
You can't go.
We have to turn around. I'm sorry, Carl and Steve. If you
Okay, that's just like I said.
Yeah,
avoid
that's
this.
us.
Avoid the stain. Avoid the greasy spot on the floor when you get in.
I will.
And Steve's gonna-
I promise. Jeffrey, if you can turn this thing around, that would be gracious of you. As he keeps the door open, waiting for you, and he starts pouring drinks for you and Carl in the back of the carriage.
Yeah, I'm hopping in the carriage.
Carl is in the carriage. She's leaning up against Steve, so like her back is like to his arm, and she's just looking through the Cyclops's paperwork and stuff
Awesome.
with like
As
a
you're going
Steve-
through, it's starting.
Steve is reading Carriage Mall magazine, looking at he can't afford.
It's just parchments with like pictures of everything with a price next
Yeah.
to it. Like,
Yeah, it's way overpriced.
yep. The cool
Every
thing
now and
is
then he'll
You
show
got that-
Carl, like, can you
that
believe
blam
this?
money
Look at this.
now.
This is an axe sharpener, but they want like $3,000 for it.
You got that blam money now.
Yeah, I do have that blam money, but I'm just saying I'm not going to waste it.
as
Doesn't
you're
mean
reading through,
he's gonna burn all his blam honey. You know what I'm
Well,
saying? I mean, come on.
give me an
honey
investigation with
with the blam
advantage,
money.
Carl.
Carl.
Yeah, as you're reading
Yes.
through the book, not on the carriage mall. The carriage mall is definitely not going to be investigated.
There's no deals to be had in the
There's
carriage.
no
mall.
deals to be had. Everything's from the Thieves Guild, and believe me, they're a bunch of thieves. And so Carl's investigation, what does it look like?
Let's see how it goes first. Investigation. I got plus
See,
2.
but describing it
Oh,
and then having the
17.
roll go opposite's even better.
Yeah. Investigation, Carl. As you're looking at 17, you start to find that if you read between the lines, his bookkeeping, this guy was a bookie for fights. He would take bets for different sporting events and for fights. and he worked for a larger organization. And there seemed to be a couple of line items that were names that seemed to have large payouts weekly going out to, and they were the same payouts every week. Or if they weren't the same payouts, at times there were other names that would get certain percentage payouts. As you can kind of start piecing together a little bit that this is possibly part of a larger organization, like he works for some larger group or organization.
Like they were rigging fights?
Possibly. Or that why would he also be paying out the same amount to certain people all the time? You know?
Okay. Carl's gonna like put her scotch down for a second and then kind of just shove this in Steve's face and goes, look at the money. Look.
I'm gonna hold on, Steve. Can Steve make an investigation roll against it with advantage?
Go for it, yeah.
It looks like there might be numbers.
Come on, a bunch of threes.
An 11.
Steve, it turns out, is not a great bookkeeper. His QuickBooks class is going very poorly right now.
Very much. With an 11,
This
you
is
can't.
Steve might need you to spell out what you've discovered because
this isn't a picture of Blam or my abs.
Yeah, it's
So Steve is going to give you a puzzled look.
It looks like there might be like rigging fights, or maybe he's paying money to aside from something else. Because look, it's like the same amount on different fighters.
Oh, interesting. I wonder what that means.
Maybe they're paying someone off or something, like as disguised as like bets.
They could be, or they could be embezzling. I wonder if they're like laundering money. Could they be laundering money?
They could be.
Interesting.
Mr. Black looks and says,
"We're gonna have to hold up."
I take a look?
No, absolutely not.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Carl slams it shut. Puts it under her arm.
We're just backtracking. We're about a hour. Oh, look! As he points over to a carriage taxi stop, and he says, "Is that Brogan and Zari?"
I'm meditating because I'm trying to get my key points back, and I'm so angry. And Eugene's like crawling all over me, like gnawing on like random like horn pieces, and just like being what a normal son would be. And I'm just like, you're not even mine. I hate this genie. Why does Zari get all the play?
Steve is gonna open the door, seeing them, and say, "Get in, losers. We're going shopping."
You want to take us to a brain
disrupt this organization.
Mean Girls reference? Nobody? Okay.
No, I picked it up.
I tried.
You got the upset face look. I'm sorry for people listening. I looked distraught.
No, you should not. Mean Girls is one of the greatest. It is a cinematic masterpiece.
You have said a lot of things in your life, Steve. That was not your best, but after that investigation roll, I'll take it.
Steve pops his head out and yells to you guys. You see that this carriage is exactly the same carriage you all had jumped out of.
My actual sigh into the mic that I hope was heard is my sigh in real life, because it was quiet, but it was also like like I'm just not excited about this. I attempt to keep my eyes closed as I scoop Eugene up while I feel him on me. I sit in the cart. I go back to meditating, and I'm like, everyone leave me alone for 30 minutes.
Carl's gonna grab Eugene.
Just 30 minutes, please.
Did you guys also have to fight a Cambodian? We got attacked by a Cambodian.
Yeah. Something like a Star Wars Rhodian. I don't know. It was just
it was a strange looking thing. They told me it was a Cambodian.
Look, I got his eye.
Steve, I would love to say that Steve is shocked, but this is Zari. That's completely par.
Nothing surprises.
You hear Mr. Black yell out, "Jeffrey, no, stop! You need to stop the carriage! Damn it, stop the carriage so we can let them in. If they're gonna get in, we have to stop the carriage."
Jeffrey's just done with this shit.
Put your ass into it, man.
Look, Ham Can and Jeff.
Back a little bit like this, and it stops the carriage full stop.
Seriously, Ham Can and Jeff over here. As soon as we sit down, the first thing I'm gonna do after Carl takes Eugene and I start meditating is I'm gonna go and make a couple sniff sounds and then be like, "Steve, where are your pants?"
They had someone shit on them, so I had to get rid of them. I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna look you in the eye. I'm gonna point to the stain, and I'm gonna say, "No, No.
I'm still meditating. My eyes are closed, and I'm like, Steve, don't forget. As I curl my fingers, so only one finger's up on each hand. Rule number 1.
Put
Rule
your
1.
pants on, Steve.
I don't have a pair of pants that doesn't have like dragonborn crap on them.
While meditating,
My clothing store getting pants.
while
That's
meditating,
Steve, there's a
hold on.
pants store. There's a clothing store like right
No,
nearby.
we're not going to the clothing store. We are
Oh, okay,
going to wherever we're going. While
Okay.
meditating, I will shrug off my jacket and be like, Steve, tie this around your waist like the 90s. It's fine.
I'm gonna be an
Nice.
Alice in
Mr.
Chains
Black
fan for the
do
rest of the
it.
episode.
Yes, we're doing
Okay.
it. I will continue meditating still while hopefully the smell of Steve is covered.
Is the jacket in
And
the
we will
front or the back?
continue on.
Though?
It's in the
It's in
front.
the back. It's in the back, obviously.
Not in the ghost, I can tell even with my eyes closed.
Can I steal Mr. Black's pants for Steve?
No, you may not take my pants.
And give him your jacket.
No,
He won't fit
I
in Jeff's
cannot- I will
pants
not
because
keep
they're
My
all ass.
jacket? Just a tiny jacket.
It covers a thigh, like.
And then Carl's gonna start showing the paperwork to Zari and showing her the weird numbers. And,
Oh, I wish
the
Steve was
fighters.
still fat. I could do the fat man in little coat bit, but around my waist.
Okay. All right, we'll take
I
a
mean,
look
you're
at
not a
the
stick. You can still try.
Give me an investigation, Zari, as you're looking over this paperwork.
Big hairy blue coat.
As numbers dance for you, Zari. The numbers just come out of the page. It's like watching like Goodwill Hunting and all of the rest of those shows where like people are so much smarter than everyone else around them, and they see like numbers moving and like things in bright lights and things that levitate. It's awesome. It's perfect. It's magical. It's like an acid trip. It's beautiful. Um, as you're starting to investigate it, you start to find he's making payments to a larger criminal organization. There's fighters that have been bought off. There seems to be bosses above him that have been paid off on the winnings. It seems that money's being laundered through his gym, and not only is money being laundered through his gym, you actually have names and references for people in this book that are part of this criminal organization and the bosses above him.
Cool. I'm going to take note of all the names.
Okay?
And
you can get a list of them, definitely.
Yeah. So I'm just going to write that down. That I have a list.
And you can even put the amount of money like paid out to them in total.
Oh, were there any names we recognized?
Not that you would recognize. No.
Can I show it to Brogan since he's
Yeah,
like he has his own gym? Maybe he recognizes them.
Go for
I'm
it.
also going to list down which ones are paid off.
Yeah.
Carl's gonna look to Brogan and be like, do you know a I'm gonna just start making up names. And Anthony DiNozzo. That's actually not. I'm not making that. That's what I'm saying.
Reading is for nerds. This is my 30 minutes for me. I said, leave me alone.
How about,
I'm not even drinking right now.
Do you know a Gibby Ganderson? And she's gonna keep going.
All right. Well, we'll make a roll to see if I know anything. I don't even know what that would be.
I'd say perception, maybe. It would go along with your wisdom, so perception probably would.
Oh, great. Something I'm wonderful at.
Yeah.
Not so much. Oh, God damn it.
Hey!
Wow.
Pretty good.
On these names, you're starting to pick up that they are, in your PI days, you had heard in the underbelly of the city, before you signed on with the Sleuths to work for the Waterdeep police force, you had heard rumors of some of these names being all a part of a clandestine criminal organization like a mafia. The only word you were able to hear for this organization was a name that you may or may not have known, but well, you probably knew once you had heard it and heard it described, but it was always like in the shadows. It was dark. Even the Thieves Guild doesn't know much. The name was Zentarum.
I will, as I am oming, I will go, that sounds an awful lot like the people who worked with Zentarum from back in my ne'er-do-well days.
Yes.
I will raise an eyebrow.
The Zentarum is a shadow government meets mafia criminal organization.
which I will have just repeated those exact same words so everybody knows. And then everyone's on the same page. And I will go back to oming, and then I will once again make one more sniff. Steve, please pull the jacket to the front. I can smell the difference. And go back to oming.
Yes, Steve. The jacket is really not doing any work when you're sitting on it. You need to really move it to the front. That would
You
be.
can sit on my jacket. You got this tiny little
I
cloak.
don't know why we got such fashionistas. We're almost there.
We're very,
Steve, I can
very,
smell the
It's
difference.
polite to wear pants, Steve.
Yeah,
Also, they're
and
not
I
gonna
had a
let
pair of
you
pants
in
on
with no
until
pants.
somebody that wasn't polite shat on them.
Okay,
All
that's
I'm-
your own issue.
He
Put
did.
How is it
They're
my
also not gonna-
issue?
but
They're also not
I'm-
going to let you in if you're not wearing pants.
I'm hearing a lot of it sounds like you problems, Steve.
It really does sound like a you
Oh,
problem.
Steve,
I
that we're
can't help
trying
your
to fix.
underwear's multiple colors.
one thing I've learned working with the Thieves Guild is not everything will go your way. So we may look at the silver lining. He can't poop on you again for at least another 4 or 5 hours.
I would beg that you don't underestimate Brogan.
Terrible.
Please. But yeah, all right. Steve will shift it to the front begrudgingly.
The silver lining, Steve. Remember, look at the silver linings.
Can Brogan roll to see if he'll poop again?
Honestly, the only thing I'm hearing when he says silver linings is I'm thinking to myself, I'm like whispering and giggling like brown linings.
So I was going to gather
to,
all the papers and
gather
set
them,
them on fire.
and you
And
what?
set them on fire.
You
Set them
wanna
on fire.
inside the
In the
carriage?
middle of the
No, sorry.
carriage.
Hey, she said she took the notes. At least she has a copy of it. But yeah, on fire in the carriage, probably not the best move.
She's going to hold it out the window, but yeah, set it on fire.
No, do it in the carriage. I can roast weenies.
Don't,
Over the fire.
You're going to ruin the
You're
carriage
gonna roast
and the paperwork. I
weenies
need the
with
paperwork and
blam
the carriage.
pantsless guy. Oh god.
Nope.
Please, Zari, stop it. No, Zari, please don't. I need to show them to my boss. We're showing up with no Cyclops and no paperwork.
I have it memorized.
So you'll help us. Thank you. Thank you.
You think?
No, let's.
This is my leverage, and I'm not giving it away.
Your leverage. Oh man, I didn't know I was dealing with I didn't know I was dealing with an attorney. Do you have washboard abs?
Yes.
That explains it.
Future affidavits.
I have to carry so much work. Of course I have to.
Was this trip 30 minutes so I can have my key points back, please?
Yeah, you would definitely get in a short rest along this journey, as he says.
Thank God.
Well, now that we're 10 minutes away and we found out that Zari is an attorney, we also could probably use your services. That is fantastic. Well, thank you all for helping defeat the Formorians. The attacks have not only been on us, the Thieves Guild, they have been on the people we love and care about. They have started to come in around the land at certain political organizations. People have been taken out, and the Formorians have been used as assassins.
As I open my eyes, I'm going to be like, yes, the Thieves Guild, the people we should truly be wishing the best for because they've never done anything wrong. Yes, all of this is lining up perfectly.
Very true. I understand your reservation, but my boss is a very big fan of reality TV. And once he saw you, he felt he turned another cheek. You know reality TV changes people for the better.
Who told you that lie?
Oh, there better still be some booze in this car after I heard that. There better still be some booze.
Don't you have a bottle of never-ending booze now? That
Carl's gonna give.
Oh, that's right. Zari gave me the never-ending bottle. I grabbed both. I'm like, here we go. I'm about to meet the brain sucker. This is going to be a great time. Eugene, go with your mother because you are not
He's
my
been here
son.
the whole time. He's
Because
been
you
here
are not
for
my
the
son.
last
You've told
20
this kid to
minutes.
kick rocks.
Look, this kid is yours, Steve. It's time to start ponying up. Wear pants. I apparently have 40 others.
Pay him, so
As
you might as well screw up Eugene.
he pulls up to a tavern, and he looks over
Damn
at
it,
you.
party.
As he's like, well, I guess the documents have been burnt up. We don't have the Cyclops. I need Jeffrey to clean out the inside of this carriage from all the burning. The place Steve sat is... It's gelatin? Why is there gelatin? where you sat, Steve.
It's
something
extra
all
body
right.
oil that just kind of works itself up into a lather. You get used to it. It
I'm
wipes
the
Disgusting.
right out.
first out the carriage. I'm like, it's something all right.
Yeah.
Yep.
And there's stains on the floor. There's been a fire, apparently a weenie roast. But my boss was a
I'm
very
eating a
big
hot dog.
fan of your first season and saw that you saved the world, and you've changed his views on how things should go. And he's using his Thieves Guild resources to better the world. And the moment he did, I think he broke a few contracts with a few angry folks. And, well, I don't have any faith in you all whatsoever, of course. But
course.
Well,
follow
I don't
me.
have faith in us either. So
Yeah.
we're
The
on the
feeling
same
is
page on that.
mutual.
Me and your attorney, Zari, all agree with the washboard abs that we have no faith in all of you, but my boss still does. Would you like to come in?
You know what? I already got the bottle that you left in the car, and I got my never-ending bottle, and that's a tavern. So we're about to get weird because right now my jacket's on Steve's front, hopefully. So we're going in, no shirt, only pants, no shoes, no Githzerai allowed. Let's get weird.
No Githzerai allowed. Honest. There are, the last time I left, which was a few days ago, there was no Githzerai, I promise. Carl,
Doesn't mean that they're not there.
you made a wisdom saving throw, got a crit. What are you critting about?
Oh, I didn't even want to crit. I just wanted to get a good night. Carl was trying to see where her self-esteem is.
Where is your self-esteem, Carl? With a crit, tell me where your self-esteem went.
He's very aware.
Mr. Black is being rude and he's saying like we have like no faith in you, but I guess we'll have to do it. And Carl's had a very long few months. She's had to deal with PTSD and she got kidnapped and so
Seeing her dead wife.
marriage.
True.
Yeah, so Carl's just trying to figure out how she's feeling, and it's not great, but
It's really not great.
nothing
It
she
looks
can
like
do
a
right
crit.
now. So
Yeah, and out of the two rolls you rolled, it was a crit and a critical fail. So you may have a crit, but your self-esteem is at a critical fail. Like that's where we're
wow,
at.
that reflected too hard on my real life. We need to move on.
Wow. So as I gotta regroup after all of that. As we walk, he walks you into the tavern. He says, Jeffrey, feed the horses, and then stable them and meet us in the meeting place. You know how to get in. And he nods his head slightly
Stable those hams too, big guy.
I
as
was gonna say, go do your 200 squats for the day.
he looks over at you all, and his face turns red with face turns red. Yeah, it just turns red with a mix of emotion. He's got a lot going on. The man is a very dynamic, emotional person.
He's not sure if he's a
Good for him.
scaly or not. It's fair, you know.
I feel
100%.
like we're bordering sexual harassment.
Oh, 100%. And he's used to it. I think that's part of his job. He just has nowhere to
Oh,
file right
that's
now.
that made me feel so much worse.
Yeah, he just has nowhere
That
to
he's
file
just
it.
used to it.
Like the picture of the Thieves Guild is like join the Thieves Guild, and there's a picture of his ass on the internet with like a espresso resting on top of it and the sunshine behind it. Like
Poor man.
as he walks you into the bar, he waves to the bartender, who is this kind of grizzled older guy. He's just wiping a glass out. There's only one person sitting there who's slightly passed out on the bar. It's a small place. As you walk in, there's only like 4 tables in the place. There's about 6 seats at the bar, and you get to a wooden wall where you see Mr. Black looks over and says, well, I hate to do this. This is slightly embarrassing, but can you all turn around real quick? I can't have you see what
As I turn around, I say "excuse me" a bunch because I'm still enlarged and I keep knocking tables and chairs over.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, oh, excuse me, because I'm like 12
Where did you
feet
guys fit in
tall
the
now.
carriage?
Yeah, how did we both fit in the carriage? It's
Oh,
funny.
you were in the
Yeah,
carriage.
it
I
was
was
an
sitting
awkward
on
sit.
top, meditating, still talking because I could smell Steve.
Ah.
As he says, can you turn around? And you go to turn around. Steve, do you turn around?
Of course, yeah.
Carl?
I do, but I want to take out my gun and use the reflective surface of the gun to see if I can see anything.
Awesome. And as you do, you are going to be able to. And as you angle it, you see
Cool.
he goes and he takes a picture on the wall, turns it to the left slightly, and it's a picture of a unicorn flying over the sun. Um, that he turns to the side, and as it turns to the side, you
Mm.
hear a click, 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 pop as a door opens wide, and he says, "Come this way."
I look at the bartender and I'm like, sorry, as I knocked over a table and like 3 chairs with my tail because I'm huge now. I'm trying to like very gingerly like crouch and like sneak into this hallway.
Well, it's okay. We didn't need yeah, I'll grab it. Don't worry. Just go peacefully. You're fine. Uh,
Carl's gonna whisper to Zari, like, I totally saw how he got in. We'll be so good for, like, if we need to break in or something.
Great.
well,
Good job, Carl.
Did not care.
as you go to walk in, he starts to walk you down a set of stairs as they are winding stone stairs that go down. They start off as wooden that meet stone as you get to the third floor down, as it goes about 9 stories down that you can feel underground. And as you get about 9 stories down, you look and you see a long stone hallway that is arched as it goes straight down. And he grabs a torch off of the wall and he says, "Follow me." And it's kind of like you've got these moist drips coming off the ceiling as you're walking down through this tunnel. And as you finally get to the end, about 150, 200 feet down, there is a door, and he knocks on it, and he does the shave and a haircut knock, the dot, 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 dot. And all of a sudden you hear dot, dot on the back, and the door opens again. And as it opens into a wide, 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 100-foot tall, about a quarter mile long room with people in it everywhere. You have people doing woodworking on tables, leatherworking. You see there's a market district set up in here. You've got torches everywhere as the smoke is going up to the ceiling and gets sucked out into other areas. You literally see what this is, not just the Thieves Guild headquarters, it is a bazaar that is selling items, that has magic items everywhere. And they have all of this stuff going on. There's fences and traders. There's people bringing intel in. You see people with like little like stockbroking style hats with tickers as they're reading stocks as it's coming in, and they're on sending stones yelling, "Buy, buy, buy, sell, sell, sell," as he walks you through to a back room, past all of this chaos that is going on. Past there's thieves that are sitting there training with daggers. You see people working with poisoner kits. Um, in an area. Literally, there is everything thief related in this place. It is the essentially college of thieves. It is the bazaar of thieves. It is the training. It is all thieves all the time here. And as you walk in, all of a sudden, there is a door in front of you, and he goes, "Are you all ready to meet the boss?"
Yeah, and I think that'd be great.
Awesome.
Yep.
Now
Yep.
remember,
Yeah.
everything you
Thumbs up
saw here,
with
you
no
never saw.
pants.
Okay, never saw any of this.
Oh,
That's what
okay.
she said.
Carl's
Yeah.
writing down in a little notebook just little things she's saying everywhere and goes, uh-huh. And it just
No,
keeps
Carl,
writing.
please. No, not writing it down.
Well,
We
if
are
you
not
don't want us
seeing.
to talk, we expect
I'm gonna
payment.
write a book.
Payment,
I
you will
just,
get payment for doing the work, but I mean, all right.
No, payment for keeping quiet.
I
Just
didn't join
just
the
move
thieves.
this baby door out of the way as I am now enormous.
As you walk in, enormous, it opens up into a room. You see two lightly armored men with rapiers standing on either side of a desk as they start to draw their rapiers slightly, and you see a man sitting at a desk. And as he looks up, this man is not a human. It is a illithid, a mind flare.
Oh,
oh
As
god,
who would have thought from last
Yes.
session? What a surprise!
yeah,
Oh, death.
exactly. Who knew?
he's gonna starve to death if he tries to attack Steve. So
Yeah,
He looks
yeah, no
over
brains here.
Yes,
Bring it on.
Zari's the main course.
and looks at all of you and says, as his tentacles start moving around, "Welcome to my humble abode. My name is Jeremy. I am here to save the world. It's a
That's
pleasure to meet you. Hopefully, we can save the world together."
Hey, Squidface, is
Apparently.
Jeremy a normal name for someone like you?
No, I figured it would assimilate me better with the humans.
Yeah, no, you fit right in. We
Thank you.
barely
I've been
noticed.
trying so hard. That's
Yeah,
wonderful. Oh, I knew I would like you guys. I remember seeing you on TV. Well
yeah.
then,
Maybe you should grow a mustache. That might help. Like,
No,
the
the
fit in a
tentacle
little bit
mustache
more.
is working for me. Maybe dye it blonde.
I can dye my tentacles. Oh, that's fantastic. Great suggestion. I am so loving assimilating with the humans. This is a wonderful place to
What?
be.
That's what that's actually my nickname, Jeremy. They call me Mr. Great Suggestion.
Oh,
So
Steve, I knew we were going to become great friends.
I have,
You've lost
I
some
have
weight too. You're
never
looking
heard this.
wonderful.
Where are my two
That is
bottles?
a
I have
lie.
never heard this.
Yeah. So I was just like,
I was just
where is
writing
this? He's
down
just looking through
everything.
his yearbook.
in the group, I'm the one with the great ideas.
I look at
So
the
He
two.
just has like a little tiny testicles as like as a teenager or something because he has no like facial hair.
I look at the
frosted
two
tip
rapier,
tentacles.
I look at the two rapier guys, and I'm like, I'm not trying to be mean, but what are you guys doing? Jeremy is obviously fine by himself.
Don't disrespect the guild. We are here to protect the guild master. We live and die by the guild.
How did you get promoted to guildmaster, Jeremy? Like, is that normal? That what are you again?
I'm an illithid. Mind
Yeah.
flayer.
There's no way he ate the brain.
Do
of
I
the
have to say
previous
it like
one.
that? Is that like the accent I should affect when I mind flayer?
No,
Should I
that's
do
Like
just
the
that?
how I
SNL
talk.
intro
that's
guy.
fine.
Mind flayer.
Awkwardly
Is it
high.
normal for an illithid to be running the Thieves Guild?
No, I killed my way to the top.
Oh, that sounds
sounds
like
accurate.
a really strange system of election you've got there. But
As
okay.
as I rub my temples, I'm like, totally didn't just say that 4 seconds ago. This is absolutely not what I said was going to happen
That's
Well,
great.
Can I-
then,
yesterday.
this
Oh,
is
Can I
a.
make a check? Oh, sorry.
Go for it.
Can I make a check to see if these rapier guys have had all their brains sucked out and that's why they're with this guy, like
No,
protecting him?
you can make a nature looking into their eyes, possibly, to see if there's any signs.
Because right now in my mind, I'm just picturing them with like brain slugs on their heads from Futurama.
Love it. Yeah.
illithids do a similar thing, but we might not know
Hi.
about it.
Yeah, you don't know about it, the similar thing that they do. You can't tell. As he
Yeah,
says,
they actually put it in their brains and it slowly eats them until they
Yeah,
become
they're called
illithids. But
intellect devourers, but
yeah, there it is.
I'm going to say, so Jeremy, I've got just a couple quick questions, if you don't mind. We were attacked by Cambodians on the way here. Do you know anything about that?
Fomorians, yes, I know exactly about Fomorians. They've been attacking us all over the city.
Why?
Well, isn't that the question? We're
Yeah,
gonna
that's why I
become.
asked it.
Yes, you did ask it. Isn't that the question?
Hey, high five. High five.
Steve, we're gonna become great friends. All
Yeah,
of you.
I feel like we're going to be good friends, Jeremy. I'm excited about it. There's going to be beer pong. It's going to be good.
Well,
First question, because I know my party needs me to ask this first and foremost. Do you guys sell pants here?
yes, we have a ton of pants. Would you like hot pants or pants that are?
I want
Not
something
hot?
stylish,
snap the
like
fingers.
kind
I'm
of
very
in and hip.
excited.
I'm trying to
Like
blend,
hot
so I
pants
need
or a
something like
skirt?
in and hip. Do you have like plaid bell bottoms I could get here?
Yes, we have a ton of plaid bell bottoms. Hot ones
I
or
imagine you do. Yeah.
legitimately purchase ones.
Hold on. Regular platforms. I don't know what repurposed this, but no.
They can be very hot, especially if you have the right physique.
No.
That's.
Oh, that was
I'm
an
gonna
ode to
flex my
Jeff.
quads when he says
That was
the right
an ode
physique.
to Jeff. I got you. I'm with you, Jeremy.
Yeah, he
You're
used to be
talking
my
about those hand
driver.
cannons.
Anyway, look, grab some pants out front. Get to meet some of the guys out there. They're really just a bang up bunch of fellas. And once you get out tomorrow morning, they'll we can have Mr. Black show you to your room. Tomorrow morning, we'll explain everything to you, and we'll get you into the fold, guys. Just a bang up job y'all did last year and last season. As he waves to the camera, he's like, by the way, completely legal here. Everything's completely legal here at the Thieves Guild now.
Yeah, no, you seem on the
Descending
up and up
some like
with the
how to get into
killing to the way to the
thieves'
top
guilds.
and squid mustache man running it. It seems very
On the up and up.
great.
Well then,
Yep.
head to your rooms, guys. Enjoy your night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. And get with those fellas. and we'll get you set up for the morning. That
Steve,
sounds great.
Steve is on the way to his room. Steve is going to stop at a vendor and buy pants.
Fantastic. And as you do, you are able to head out and buy pants. And as you all head out into the Thieves Guild Bazaar underground, 9 stories underground in this quarter-mile giant space, I would like to think the camera pans out as Steve starts shopping. The rest of you start seeing some items and so there's sale items and stuff you can sell that you've bought and stuff that you see on tables and everything around as Mr. Black will show you to your room. And I think that is a great place for us to end today.
As a side note, Steve is going to have told the vendor that he got pants from to put it on Jeremy's tab. That Jeremy told him.
He'll do it. Because there's also the idea that if someone wasn't supposed to be on Jeremy's tab and they found out, it'd possibly.
Oh, Steve is well aware. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
fine.
So we have, let's do it this way. You all roll me a d20. Lowest roll will go first, and we'll do some confessions as you all head into the confession booth.
Hey, let's all roll 6.
Very nice. Let's have Brogan and Zari re-roll again. Okay, I thought that was going to come out the same. We start off with Carl. As you head into the confession booth, what does it look like?
I think it looks like what I've been picturing this whole time is that it's a blue curtain with a big red chair, and Carl kind of goes and sits on it, and she takes off her hat, she puts it on Eugene, who's sitting next to her, and he starts biting on it, and Carl just kind of leans back and goes, I am so tired. It felt like I did like 3 fights in like the span of 2 hours. Like I am so tired. I need a nap. I feel like if there was a way for me to level up, this would be the time.
Wink, wink.
Wink,
Yeah.
wink.
Hey, we haven't done it in a while. And then Carl's gonna turn to Sending Stone and see one of the drones sending stones in the air and be like, huh, Jeremy's not gonna be happy that you guys were there when you guys showed the entrance to the Thieves Guild, huh? I know
No.
it's on international dimensional television.
No.
And then Carl's just gonna nod to herself and kind of lean back in the chair and take a nap.
Love it.
Great nap.
Or you're gonna have to move her.
Yeah, and next to the confession booth will be Zari, in which you walk in to see Carl sleeping, having like a grandma nap in the confession booth.
Okay, Zari's just going to grab the chair, move her out of the shot and off to the side, grab a stool nearby and just sit on that. And basically she's just going to be like, I'm exhausted. Got into 2 fights today, technically 3. I'm out of spells. I'm out of energy. If we had not stopped at the potion shop, I would probably be unconscious in the middle of the street right now, along with Broken. So, I need a nap, and I need to upgrade some equipment.
Oh, is that another message?
I'm going to. I have money, and we're in a bazaar. I will talk to you.
Oh, I have something planned for y'all for next session. So
yeah, boy.
Oh.
In the bazaar. It will be bazaar. Broken. Zari is exiting. And Carl's still sleeping, by the way, inside the confession booth. As Zari is exiting.
I'm just super annoyed, so I literally just walk through the door because I'm large now. And if that doesn't wake Carl up, that's fine. And then I'm going to squat down in front of the Sending Stone and be like, look, today's been a day. We decided to help the mind suckers of Eat Your Brains, which is awesome. He openly admitted to us that he murdered everybody, which is awesome. We went from being the heroes of, all the realms and fun stuff to now being criminals, which is also awesome. I have 40 illegitimate kids, which is once again awesome. And on top of all that, it's been a great day. So you know what? He's going to say superposition and like 30 little kittens are going to appear. He's like, I'm going to sit here and play with these kittens and feel a little better about myself because that's going to be awesome. Then I'm going to go to go to sleep. Everything's awesome. And then he's just gonna
Awesome.
and then he's just gonna sit there and play with the kittens. And when Eugene comes over, he's gonna be chasing after Eugene and being like, "Stop trying to eat them."
Oh yeah, of course, because you're in a kitten pile. Like
Exactly.
Schrodinger's staff wins again. As next, but certainly not least, the last one, Steve, you come in as Brogan's walking out a pile of kittens, literally. Like he's just a giant fur ball now walking out of this confession booth. As you see Carl laying there with Eugene just like literally just like pulling on Carl's jacket as Carl's still sleeping.
Okay.
What do you, as you walk in, what do you do, Steve?
I'm gonna gently pick Carl up as to not disturb her and set her off camera because Steve needs to be the focus of the lens. He's gonna set her down and he's gonna sit in the chair, and Steve now has a full new getup. He's got like a leather, like a awesome, like crazy multi-pattern leather jacket with huge fringe coming off of it. And on the back, he shows the back. It says Macho Man Randy Savage. He's found like vintage Randy Savage gear. He's got a sombrero on that's like this big, and he's got plaid like full bell bottoms, and he's got the platform shoes. He's like, this bazaar is the greatest thing ever. You guys have no, they have everything. This is the coolest thing ever. I can't wait to fight another Cambodian in this. And I met this cool guy named Jeff. He's got like tentacle mustache thing. Pretty cool. Said he killed everyone on the way to the top. But like, what weird overlord have we met that hasn't done that, right? Like, I think this guy's great. And they say he's a mind fister. No idea what that is. But he says he's going to help us out with the Colombians. And I'm super excited about it. So I don't know why Brogan seems super bummed about this whole setup, but look at this, and he's like gonna go like this, and the tassels on his jacket are gonna swish, and like the little ones hanging off his sombrero are gonna swish, and he's like, and Jeremy paid for it all, and then that's the
I
end of
love
this
it.
interview.
I don't know how this what's it called, this bazaar turned into a Goodwill in Wyoming, but I think it's perfect. So now that's canon. It's like everything in there will be like a 1970s, 80s, and 90s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s clothing.
I'm gonna buy
Next-
group shirts that say two shots in a woo.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're gonna roll
The
with
next
that.
the next episode should be called "Let's Get Bizarre."
Yeah, 100%. A hat that says "This cross will make you," and then it just says blank blank for copyright purposes. But
Can't wait to find a Frankie Says Relax t-shirt.
Frankie says relax. Awesome. Well,
About it.
thank you guys for an awesome session today. Thank you for the viewers for an awesome session and being a part of this. I would like to just real quick, if you guys, do you have anything you want to promote, anything you want to say, anything you want to get out there before we close to an end?
Everything.
Thanks
is
everybody for watching, listening. We appreciate it. We know we're a little off brand for a lot of people, but you know, if you're hanging with us, we love it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And I'd like to, I've been doing some stepping out on my own stream a little bit, but I've been also promoting for this and building our audience. Been working with V2 guys, so you can catch me also on Sunday nights at 6 p.m. Eastern at the V2 guys channel doing also a Waterdeep stream. Well, it's going to be out of Waterdeep, but I got pinched to DM it, and I'm very excited to do so. So you can also catch me there at the V2 guys at 6 p.m. Eastern. Other than that, we are so happy to have you. Like, follow, subscribe, hit us up on YouTube, comment, please. We love all of the supporters of the stream, and we are happy to do this for you, and we care about you all. So thank you for that, and we'll see you next week. Have a good night.